Okay, guys, we've had a request, and because we've got these two beautiful children here, they're going to tell us a little bit about how they've enjoyed the Christmas parade over their long lifespans. But we did have a couple requests from the crowd that since it's such a beautiful day and we've all been through so much in the community and everybody's just had kind of a rough couple years, that we open the parade up in prayer. So we were happy to oblige to that. So if you would be willing to do that, just bow your heads real quick. Dear and gracious Heavenly Father, thank you, God, for the opportunity to gather together as a community and just celebrate the times and the love that we have between each and every one of us who live here. We thank you, God, for all of your abundant blessings, and God, we just pray that you go with everyone throughout the parade today. Give us all a safe and wonderful, happy Christmas season, and God, let your name be glorified. We pray that each of our participants in the parade return home safely, and we thank you for all these things. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, and we have two wonderful kiddos here. They're going to talk to us a little bit before the parade tops the hill. Come on up here a little bit and turn around. Come on up here, sweetheart. Now tell us your name.
Carson.
His name's Carson. Carson, what do you think about the Christmas parade? Is this something you enjoy?
Yeah.
Tell me your favorite thing about it. Stand right over there, baby. There we go. Thank you.
Will we get presents?
Will we get presents? What about candy?
Even candy, yeah.
Candy will do. Is candy okay?
Yeah.
What else do you like about the parade?
Think about candy.
Okay, good. And tell us your name.
Raylan.
Raylan, what's your favorite part about the parade?
We also get presents and candy, and we also get to see the Christmas floats.
Yes, we do. I love the Christmas floats. What's your favorite float? Do you like to wait till the very end of the parade? Do you see anything special at the end?
Yes.
What's that?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on here on the time stream and giving us your input. Merry Christmas to you. We have one more coming in here. Hi, sweetheart. Come up here and tell us your name. Come right on up here. And she's got her bag. She's ready to catch some candy. Here, spin around just a little bit. Okay, tell us your name.
Campbell.
Campbell, what's your favorite part about the Christmas parade?
Spending time with my family and having fun.
Do you like getting candy too?
Yeah.
And it looks like you're ready to get a lot of it, aren't you? Where do you go to school at?
Lafayette Elementary School.
Oh, we just left there. That's where we're lining up the loop. Do you like Whoville Elementary School?
Mm-hmm.
We sure appreciate you being here. We thank you for jumping on the stream. You want to wave to all the people out there watching? Wave right there to Josh. He's got that. Wonderful. We got some more coming in. Thank you so much, sweetheart. We appreciate you. Come on up, guys. We got just a minute here before the pre-parade show starts. We got time for one more here. Come on in. Now tell us your name.
Sally.
Tell us what's your favorite part about the parade. Hello, beautiful. What's your favorite part about the parade?
Getting candy.
Oh, mine too. Hi, sweetie. Can you say your name? Close enough. We got it. It's what?
It's sour.
What a beautiful name. Okay, were y'all ready to get some candy at the parade?
Yeah.
We're excited to have you all here. You all have a wonderful Christmas, okay? We have one more group, and I believe that's about all we've got time for. One more group here before we go get the pre-show started. Come right on up here, guys. Tell us your name.
Bentley.
I don't have any idea.
What's your all's favorite part about the parade?
Family. Presents. My birthday.
Is today your birthday? Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday. How old are you today? 11 years old. Well, happy birthday. What a great day to have a birthday, and what a beautiful celebration you're going to have, right? Okay, guys, we thank you all for watching the stream. And, of course, we're getting ready to roll. We can see the lights on top of the hill. So me and Patrick and, of course, all of the Times team are going to be kicking it off here. We're going to be starting this real soon. Thank you.
Times fans, welcome to the 2021 La Follette Christmas Parade. I'm Patrick Peebley, joined by the entire Times crew. I've got Brandon Johnson and Alan Miller here with me right now as the parade crests the hill in the distance. Guys?
Alan?
Brandon, we're happy to be here to give a little commentary about the parade as it goes through. So again, welcome to the Day Parade 2021. If you're not here yet, you need to come on down. Still plenty of parking out here in the back and at power shows if you can get there. Just gonna have a good time. A lot of candy.
You know, just like all the kids around here, I remember being little and riding these floats and throwing out candy or running out to pick up candy and just really excited. You know, this parade to our community is one of the true kind of backbones, in my opinion. This is what kids look forward to all year long.
Oh, it really is, you know, and when you have people come out of town, I talked to a lot of people who just moved here. They love the small town feel of La Follette. They're just pleased with the parade. They love to come out. I've spoken to some transplants just a minute ago, and they talk about how wonderful our small town is and that we put on this parade and that you just get that good Christmas feel when the parade comes through town.
And guys, like I said, it's coming over the hill now. I remember one year, dressed as Darth Vader, throwing out comic books.
Right.
For a comic book store during the parade. So there's a lot of great stuff.
What year was that, Pat, or do we even want to know?
It was during the ETSU years.
It had to be early 90s then.
It was when Greg Schaffner bought the comics.
Oh, yeah.
I was in diapers around that
probably
year.
Probably 93, maybe.
So, guys, let's
27 years ago.
slide back here as we talk about some of our sponsors and the parade comes through. Terry's Pharmacy is the premier sponsor. This parade would not happen without Rissa and all the good folks down at Terry's. Then we got our gold sponsors, which are People's Bank of the South. We all know what the Reynolds family and his staff has meant to Campbell County over the years for stuff like this. Charlie's Pizza. I mean, it's the
Charlie's,
staple.
so
It is the absolute staple here. And the other gold sponsor, of course, being the Volunteer Times, which obviously we're the ones putting on the stream.
Correct.
And our silver sponsors are Dixie Concrete, Linda Kilgore State Farm, Lindsay's Carpet and Paint, Cross-Smith Funeral Home, Imagine Dance Studios, Woodson's Cash Stores, Big O's, First Volunteer Bank, Powell Clinch Utilities, Hearthside Bank, Dixie Roofing, Y12 Credit Union, Maynard's Record Service, Rice Oil Company, the La Follette Electric Department, the Woodman of the World, Liquor Barn, La Follette Housing Authority, Sweats Record Service, Birch Screen Printing, Community Trust Bank, and some other donors such as Lithocraft, Winders Furniture, the Gamble Motor Company, the Hampton Inn, Cash and Carry, Whaley Smith Insurance, Ellison Supply, E.E. Hill & Son, Asbury Law, Holston Gas, Tracy Arnold with Dixie Turf, and WLEF. And with no further ado, I see the blue lights coming down the street. Kelly Jo's going to jump on with us here in just a second.
Yeah, just for a second. I was going to try to remain a little bit loose and kind of let Brandon and Al run it here with you. But before it gets to us, it seems like by the time the Grand Marshal gets to us, there's no time really left to talk about how wonderful that person was. But of course, Thursday night we gave the reception for Betty Snodderly, who's our Grand Marshal this year, and we could not be prouder to have her. This is the most amazing woman. She worked the parade committee also for over 20 years herself. Of course, she's a former director of the Chamber of Commerce, and of course, her giving back to the community is just legendary here in the area. Everybody that knows Betty loves her, and we had a wonderful time celebrating her and her accomplishments, of course, Thursday night. So, of course, she's coming up here in just a moment. You'll be seeing her on screen in a little bit. I just wanted to say, again, on behalf of the Campbell County Parade Committee, how much we appreciate Betty allowing us to bestow her with this honor.
Right, and like I said, of course, Al and I went to school with Betty's children.
That's true. Yep.
You know, we've known Betty for a long time, and there's really, I can't think of a more worthy lady to be honored for this parade.
Oh, I agree totally. I agree.
And
She's a great lady, a standard in the community, and it's a good honor.
As her grandson's carrying the banners for the Grand Marshal, you'll see coming up. Of course,
now the first vehicle is getting to us, so they start throwing out what most kids are here for, the candy.
Chief Bill Rail and Point running the whole thing.
I appreciate the chief. Chief has a dear place to his heart, in my heart. His mother, Mildred, was like a third grandmother to me. And I'm just glad he's back in our community serving the city of La Follette.
And he's grown a beard. I had to look twice at
It's No Shave November.
We're doing it all the way through the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So No Shave 2021?
Yes.
And here comes up, like Kelly Jo explained, here comes our Grand Marshal now.
And how
Betty
special
Snodderly.
how special it must be to have her grandkids out there out front.
Right. It's a beautifully done float we have here.
Right, that we see Betty back there. I assume that's one of her other grandchildren in the float with her.
Yeah, that is her son, John's son, it looks like, Zeke. And John walking the Christmas parade here like he does every year.
The Candy Man.
The candy man.
And
Some nice festive attire. As
I
as
dig
John
his vest.
And family comes and throws out some candy.
And right behind them,
Beautifully crafted sleigh that Miss Snodderly is in.
right behind them is the pill car for Terry's Pharmacy. Of course,
Everyone
John
knows
is
the
married
pill car.
in.
Everyone knows the pill car of Terry's Pharmacy. We see it all through town.
And we've got some of
Great
our parade
organization.
committee members on back of the float. And here comes some of our characters and some Christmas trees.
Good matching Christmas trees here.
Pat, you should have wore one of those Christmas trees.
Here
I
we
may
have,
next year. Okay, now here comes
LMS students.
our
holding
memory of Eric
the
Baird.
Baird sign.
So I'm going to let Kelly Jo's going to hop out here in just a second.
And here we have the ATV brigade coming in.
In fact, I believe it's this one right
I think it is.
right here. We're going to Eric's mother, Robin, who we were talking about, who's dedicated to this, is riding through here. And I think Kelly Jo's going to grab her real quick.
Yes, Robin's back here. Robin is a member of our Christmas Parade Committee. Everybody knows Robin Baird. She's back here on one of these four-wheelers here. This is to commemorate her son that passed away with COVID-19 last year, Eric Baird. All these four-wheelers got out. Special thanks to Robert Massengill for helping me put this together. We have actually dedicated the parade to Eric this year and all of those people who actually lost their lives to COVID-19 here in our community. And we just want everybody to know that we love them and we appreciate them. We are thinking of them, and of course Robin's back here. I'm going to go try to find her and grab her, give her a hug. But it's been a trying time for these people, but I think it's great that we can just celebrate his memory.
And what a good-looking bunch of four-wheelers and side-by-sides.
Oh, they're decorated wonderful. It's a great group of side-by-sides. It's a wonderful thing that they've done for Eric Baird here.
Beautiful tribute.
Beautiful tribute. It's just a wonderful
That's a
thing.
sign of a life well lived when people are
It really
willing
is
to
that
give you a
one.
tribute like this.
That when you get
There she is.
12 ATV salute here
There's Robin.
to him.
Kelly Jo's going to motion her over. Of course, now, Robin is your aunt, correct?
Robin is my aunt, aka Big Sissy's what we all call her, and she is just such a wonderful woman of God, a wonderful community leader here. Her husband Clifford, a great man as well, and what a touching moment. We all certainly miss Eric so much, and I know I can say on behalf of the entire family that this is really special.
It really is. What an amazing tribute for everyone to come out, to be in the parade in honor of Eric.
All right, behind these ATVs, we've got several of our emergency responders.
Oh yeah, here come the sirens.
I see the highway patrol there. I'm not sure if that's Captain Stacy or another trooper, but I see the sheriff
from here. Who's driving?
The sheriff, I do believe, is right behind them.
Yeah, and I want to put a plug out for the sheriff's office this year. The sheriff and his team of volunteers created a float this year to remember all of the officers who during 2021 had lost their lives in the line of duty. So a really, really special and neat coming up here.
And there's the sheriff himself.
There's the sheriff throwing candy out himself, driving.
It's going to be very hard to pick up.
And I do believe this is the float Brandon was talking about.
This particular float, guys, is to commemorate all of the officers that have fallen in 2021. There are already over 450 officers that have lost their life in the line of duty, and of course that float is to commemorate that and be respectful of those that have fallen.
Bear with us. They are running the sirens if it's a little bit loud on the stream, but we appreciate these guys for all they do to protect their community.
I'm going to let the parade committee say, go ahead and say a few words.
Our parade committee is here with us right now.
And Pat, circling back to the sheriff's department really briefly, 438 of our law enforcement officers throughout this nation have lost their lives this year, many to COVID. So what a wonderful tribute.
Here comes one of our constables through. I'm not sure. That is Mr. Johnny Jones. He is a former Campbell police chief, near and dear to my heart. That's actually an old Campbell police car that the city of Campbell sold to him to be his constable's car.
Okay, guys, I'm down here with of course, with the parade committee. It's been an honor to be a part of this committee for many years now. I'm of course, I guess in our 13th year with this. But of course, I have here with me Nancy Green. She's also the librarian for the city of La Follette. Nancy, say a few words.
Hi, it's such an honor to be here at this parade this year, and actually we're standing here watching it. We're usually at the end of the parade, but today we're at the front, so we're getting to see it, and it's absolutely wonderful, and I wish you all were here. And thank you so much for letting us do this parade for you.
Okay, Holly, come on up. This is Holly Claiborne. Holly's the one that she's over all of the judging and everything that happens up there at the Loop. And of course, what we want to do is also give Holly a lot of credit because she makes the Grand Marshal reception beautiful. Holly, say a few words.
Oh, I just have to mimic what Nancy says. This is a really special one, especially with the whole Robin Baird, the Eric Baird Memorial Ride. That was just very touching, and it was such an honor to be part of that.
I agree, it was, and thank you. And Pam, come on up here too. This is Pam Webb. Of course, Pam has been part of the committee for probably the last 13 years as well, and Pam is the one who, of course, goes out and helps us collect all the funding for the parade. So, Pam, say a few words, honey.
Well, it's an honor to work with this parade committee. I love you girls very much. We have a great relationship, and this is a great parade this year. A wonderful parade, and with all the memories that's going on and everything, but I'm glad to be back. We had to skip last year, but we're back and in full force.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, guys. It is good to be back. I'll say that for sure. Day parades, they're not always that big. This was a very full, healthy parade. Here you go, guys.
All right, now we've got the rescue squad coming through. They do so much in our community.
The rescue squad is easily one of the greatest groups of individuals we've got in Campbell County.
As somebody who's in front of a scanner a lot, I hear these folks at all hours of the day, and they always respond big time.
I'm telling you, if it wasn't for the rescue squad, we would have a lot more fatalities, a lot of bad things happen in this county. The rescue squad is a great group of individuals.
And you'll notice they have a lot of side-by-side and off-road equipment. Just the other day I was at a ball game, but they got paged at the Devil's Racetrack for a person that injured themselves hiking. So, again, kudos to these guys and all they do. And I do believe the La Follette Fire Department may be
it appears to be the La Follette Fire Department. coming up behind the La Follette Rescue Squad.
Now these guys, again, they're on call 24 hours a day. They respond to a lot more than just fires, too.
Right.
Actually, I believe these are mine. I believe these are the Caryville.
The very first truck is the Caryville Fire Department.
Now, again, as a citizen and council member in Caryville, this bunch is especially dear to my heart. Except for one full-time and two part-time, it is an all-volunteer department. So very,
very good to see these guys. I'll take that.
I'll tell you another thing.
All these fire engines appear to be Caryville.
Another thing about Caryville is we respond to all the interstate accidents.
That is true. The Caryville Fire Department goes all the way up to the 141.
And here in Ridgewood,
they are called out to all interstate traffic.
Ridgewood Fire Department is a smaller volunteer department. They do a tremendous job in that little community down there. Brandon's grandmother lived down there for many years, and I know she greatly appreciated the Ridgewood Fire Department. And here comes La Follette now.
And I'll say, all you can see from the kids here is just sheer excitement at seeing the law enforcement, the rescue, the fire department. Everybody is just, the kids are ecstatic.
And don't forget the characters. We have several characters walking around on the sides of the parade. The children just loving it. So make sure you stop and get a picture with one of the many characters wandering around the parade. So far we've seen Olaf, we've had Mickey Mouse, Superman. So make sure that you kids stop by and get a picture with the characters.
Now, we're finally La Follette's coming through, and
you see La Follette's wonderful ladder truck coming down the street right now.
And La Follette has multiple stations throughout the city limits. They have somebody in station at all times.
Correct. Right. Yeah, there is always someone there at the La Follette Fire Department.
And behind them, there is Vital Care. Vital Care Ambulance Service is a privately owned and operated ambulance service throughout the county. They do a lot of medical transport. They do a lot of emergency transport. Jeff Bond and his crew, in memory of the late John Bond, have done a tremendous job building up this.
Yeah, the Bond family has created quite a legacy with Vital Care, with their commitment to the community. It's good to see them in the parade. Here, once again, we have several characters walking down through here. Looks like we may have Snow White, Cleopatra, Buddy the Elf.
Some guy in red and green. But yeah, look at these Vital Care trucks.
Look at these wonderful Vital Care vans coming through town. There's Camille waving to us.
These guys responded to my house many times when my grandmother was with us. All right, who we got coming up here?
Looks like the Campbell County EMS is coming through town now.
It is. There is my good buddy Bruce Perkins.
There's
Bruce has done a tremendous job heading up the Campbell County EMS service. Bruce is a Jellicoe boy. And behind him come the LA Cruisers.
The LA Cruisers.
While we've got a little bit of a gap before that starts, I just wanted to mention, of course, we had a text from Santa Claus who has given us some of his updates here lately. So we're going to announce that after they go through here. We're going to hold that just a little bit longer. Gotta get that from Holly.
These are some good-looking old rods here.
Now the LA Cruisers, they are a top-notch group of car enthusiasts. You will see their car shows several times.
Sometimes at Katie's, sometimes at Hardee's, and once a year at the high school.
Correct.
And I'll share what's most impressive about this group isn't their cars. It is their commitment to giving back to the community. They are constantly helping organizations like Shop with a Cop, the Campbell County Cancer Coalition, etc. They do a lot of good things in this community that nobody realized. Have fun doing it, and we really appreciate them.
Oh yeah, we definitely appreciate the LA Cruisers and all they do. And I'm glad they're here in the parade because their cars, again, are wonderful. They're immaculately detailed. These fellows, ladies and gentlemen, they take care of their cars.
And like Brandon said, they do such a good job of giving back to the community, too. Esco Raines, a good buddy of mine.
Esco with his Bel Air.
His son Mudhole and I played football together. Look at some of these nice old convertibles coming through as well. If I didn't know better, I'd say that's ZZ Top about to come
I was
through.
ready to say the Roadster coming through looks really nice, the ZZ Top Roadster.
While those are coming through here, of course, they do look great. I'm going to go ahead and announce some of the winners that we had this year. Of course, our float contest was wonderful. We had some great floats. First place this year was the Harbor. Second place went to the Campbell County Sheriff's Department. Third place went to La Follette Elementary School. The reason for the season award that's designated for churches, first place was Long Hollow Church. Second place was Cedar Hill Church. And, of course, third place was Central Church. So congratulations to all those people. And also, our horse winner was a horse named Liberty that was owned by Margaret Gleason. We appreciate all of the participants this year.
I've got several Mustangs coming through. That says it all on the side of that one. Mustang is the American muscle car.
That's a beautiful white Shelby GT coming through town.
Brandon's father, Tony, has owned a Mustang or two over the years.
Great.
Just a couple. Just a few.
Man, that classic car line is still just coming through.
It really is. Even though the newer cars are coming through, that classic line was beautiful. Now we have this mustard yellow Challenger here.
Here comes Princess Jasmine coming down the road.
Oh yeah, Jasmine coming down the road. Make sure you stop and get a picture with Princess Jasmine.
I see some reindeer coming this way. I see Bumble coming this way.
Oh, Bumble's walking down the street.
Shouldn't he be rolling down the street?
He should be. You know, if he were to fall, you know what Bumbles do?
They bounce.
They bounce. Bumbles bounce. Now, once again, some beautiful old cars coming through. Some more classics.
Here comes one of Santa's reindeer.
Looks like, we got a walking Rudolph coming through here right now.
We have seen more people over the last 5 years fall in love with these costumes. The kids just look forward to seeing them every year, and there's just hundreds of selfie pictures on Facebook after these parades. But the kids seem to like it, so we appreciate all the volunteers that showed up early to get dressed too.
Yes, and none of these costumes are particularly comfortable to wear, so kudos to the folks that are wearing it.
Because you do have to walk the entire length of the parade in that costume.
And it's not a short hike.
Chewbacca, she's a tall girl this year. She's going to be feeling it when she gets to the end of this parade.
That's a nice
there's Ricky Parks in
there.
a beautiful red truck. Ricky and Gail, of course.
Some good-looking wheels that I'm pretty confident we sold him from Eagle Tire Pros.
Hey, there you go. So for all your old hot rod needs, go see Brandon. He'll hook you right up.
We're going to share one.
And that's what is that? A Buick LeSabre rolling in the end there. That's my kind of car there. Whatever.
That is definitely an old Buick.
It is definitely an old Buick.
Man, if we only had your old brown.
Look, if I had my old brown Buick, I'd be in this parade right now.
You need a Pinto. That's what we need, is a Pinto.
We do. We need a Pinto, maybe a Gremlin or
I was
two.
going to say a Gremlin would be my pick.
Oh, it's a beautiful white Falcon rolling through town here.
Here's another good topless convertible type car coming through.
You don't have to guess the year on it. Looks
Yeah.
like they've got it in the front, 1949.
Yep.
Now, you don't have to guess much on that one, 1949.
All right, what do we got coming up here next? What's that say on the side, Al?
I can't read it yet. All I can see is Philip Farmer is coming through the
new
parade
mayor of
here.
La Follette,
The new
Philip
mayor of La
Farmer.
Follette. Philip Farmer
Philip
and
got
family
elected
throwing
recently
candy. There's
to city council.
daughter Heather throwing candy out.
And
Yeah, there we go.
due to circumstances, Philip is now the mayor. And best of luck to Philip. I think he'll do a fine job. And here comes a float.
Here comes, looks like Mark Hoskins. Yeah.
Mark's a city council member in La Follette.
Mark Hoskins and
Mark
family
also
on this
loaned us
beautifully
the float,
decorated
the
float
flatbed trailer
with candy
for the,
canes
Grand
with
Marshal this year.
matching
So Mark's been a big part
holiday
of
red
this
and
parade
green
this
garland
year.
going around it. They've got a Grinch theme going on.
Hey, listen, we appreciate Mark a lot because he loaned us that big, beautiful trailer he's got this year to build that Grand Marshal float on, and we really appreciate Mark.
Here comes another good-looking classic vehicle. It's got, can y'all read the sign yet?
Stephanie Grimm.
Stephanie Grimm, councilwoman. She's served on council more than once and has been a great leader in our community and a great educator in our community. So there's Steph.
Recently married.
Just married.
And here comes Councilman Wayne Kitts,
Wayne was one of my principals in high school.
as was mine as well.
So, and Wayne's daughter is actually the principal at Campbell Elementary.
Of course, this is the first year that the City of La Follette administration and staff has ever done a float, so they're super excited about this.
I see Johnny Burge. I see Stan Fowles.
And there's Stan Fowles throwing
I
candy.
believe that's Casey
I hope
up there
the
with
administrator
him.
Staff.
And it's a great group
wonderful
they have in
float.
the city there.
Good to see everybody out.
That kid was aiming for my head.
I think Stan almost hit me in the face.
I was say, fortunately, I got a lineman that used to play for me, blocking for me again. This way, keeping the candy off my head. Right behind them, we have got Ron Dilbeck. Ron and his Ron's crew keeps our roads in good condition here. It's a thankless job because roads are always in need of repair and maintenance. And I think Ron has done a tremendous job over his terms. And here comes a real highlight marching this way. Is our Campbell County High School marching band.
Literally marching this way.
Pat and Al, the marching band's one of those groups that's so often overlooked, but what they add to our community is huge. Outside of just entertainment, what it teaches the students in that program is remarkable, and it's been one of those programs that has had a great, successful history during its tenure at Campbell County High School.
Well, Don Hendricks was a great leader for years, and then his protege, one of his students, Adam Wright, is here leading it again, and honestly, there's band students that have went through that band. I'll give a good example. Oneida High School's band director, Jonathan Elliott, was a member of the Campbell County High School marching band.
Pat, and let's talk about Don Hendricks. Talk about an incredible man who not only developed the band program to where it is today, retired, but from my understanding, he still volunteers with it for free. So he retired just to go back to help more students. That's how passionate he is. Talk about a selfless leader.
He truly is. I've had the pleasure of working with Don as a community member, as a football coach, as everything. And he did a great job with it. And Adam, who's coming here,
there's Adam
also did a
himself.
great job.
I have the pleasure of teaching right across the hall from Mr. Wright, and I get to hear his band students every morning. And I will tell you this, it's a wonderful thing to hear them practice, to become better and better, and then later on to see them in this marching band.
And roughly about 14 hours ago, this band was marching in Gatlinburg. So
that is true.
They have had a busy time. And Minnie Mouse is with the band.
Here's Minnie Mouse walking with the band. Make sure you get a picture.
I hear she came straight from Denmark this year.
I'll tell you, the talent and ability it takes to be in the marching band.
Frosty
just
the
unreal.
Snowman is behind them.
Here comes the rest of the band. Melanie, and there's Sarah. Hey guys, Dean. bunch of LMS and Jacksboro band students following the marching band here.
And, you know, the band has a lot of support staff, like these folks here that drive their equipment trailer.
Correct. Without it, they wouldn't be able to take their instruments anywhere.
That is Brian Tackett, classmate of mine from Campbell County High School, that was one of Don Hendricks' students.
Right.
That now volunteers with the band.
Right. And his mother was a longtime course teacher. Connie Tackett, longtime course teacher at the high school.
My friend Kenneth Lay, also with the band, does a lot with them still to this day. Has a Grogu with him.
Yeah, wonderful, as we know, Baby Yoda in the Sonova Campbell County Gator there.
And our good friends at Anytime Bell Bonds are coming through. They have some snowmen.
Yeah, they've got a wonderful small snowman float going here as they throw candy to the crowd.
Right behind them, that is County Mayor E.L. Morton.
And Johnny Van.
And Johnny Vanover. Mayor Morton in particular, I mean, he served our country in the military. He served as director of air chambers, and now he serves as our county mayor. Here comes Miss Aileen Baird, our clerk.
Then behind her is June Turner.
June does a fine job as registrar of deeds.
Being driven by LMS Vice Principal April Melton.
I love April. She's so sweet.
All right, behind them, we have Daniel Forrester.
We do. This seems to be the
Daniel
Daniel Forrester pickup.
Wow, and that makes this, I think, the one and only float of somebody running for office next year.
He is
Correct.
a candidate for general
That's so far,
sessions
that is
judge.
correct. They've got the nice Santa hat theme going on here.
They say that election season starts early, and apparently it starts during Christmas this year.
Who do I see coming down this road? But everybody's favorite Great Dane, Scooby-Doo. Across the way there, getting some love from the children's.
I would like to say that so far this is a spectacular parade. We've had a great showing of parade activity here. Lots of floats.
This is the harbor coming up, and I do believe the Grinch is on the float with them.
Oh, the Grinch. I do see Big Bird coming down the hill towards us as well.
The reason for the season or the
And across the street
They
is
actually- the harbor
Scooby-Doo
entered-
getting several pictures taken with children.
The
So
harbor
make sure you
actually
stop
entered
Scooby-Doo
this
and get a
year
picture taken.
in a commercial float entry because they believed a lot in that float, and sure enough, they won it. So congratulations to the harbor and all their hard work. It's a very detailed float, and it is gorgeous. It's Whoville. You ought to check it out.
It is amazing.
Really get up close on it. It's great.
The time and work to make this float.
And I saw a lot of the young Who's filtering through before the parade.
There's several Who's wandering around by the float itself. Maybe Cindy Lou Who herself. Merry Christmas. Once again, this Whoville float is masterfully painted, filled with Who's and the Grinch himself.
And the Grinch is throwing
And the Grinch is throwing stuffed animals to the crowd. Once again, if you missed the Whoville float, you've missed a wonderful creation in the
Here comes
parade.
their Campbell County Little League. Speaking of my former football players, I see Chris DeMott, who played for me, who now coaches Little League football in Campbell County. His sons Atticus and Evander play there, along with lots of other great young athletes.
Little League on the float.
All right, behind them.
Looks like we have the Senior Citizens Home Association.
I'm so glad you said that because I was going to say Shaw's is there.
Yeah.
It's Senior Health.
Senior
Al
Health.
got it. I did not.
Yes.
I was going
Good to
call
see
it
them in the
Shaw's.
parade.
It's their first year in the parade.
Is it?
Yeah, this is a brand new entry for them.
Well, wonderful. Hope to see them in the parade more often.
Here is the Relief Dance and Fitness group.
Wonderful group. Glad they made the parade.
It's another first timer this year. This is the very first year they've ever got to be in the parade, and they were so excited. We're glad to have them.
Behind them, we have what appears to be Austin Ford Music.
This is Rex Hale's float that he wants to pull through every year, and he always puts a singer on it. So this year it's Dustin Ford. Now, Dustin actually has been doing great. He's done a lot of recordings out of Nashville. He's doing
And here
a wonderful
coming up,
job
we
with
have
his
a
crowd.
Premier Bus Lines.
That is Jeff Davis driving it. Jeff, once again, his son played football for me. He also operates the trophy store. I've bought many things from him over the years, and he just
I can
he
also
takes-
say
he
I
takes
don't
teams
think
all over the country.
I think this may be the first time that we've ever had a bus line in the parade, and it is a wonderful sight to see.
It's the first year he wanted to do it, and he got permission and everything to let it roll, but he's actually got special needs children on board.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That
So
he
that's
used to
who's
ride a bus
inside
for.
the Premier Bus
That he
waving at
used
us.
to ride- Tensia is one of
Our
them, one
special
of our
needs
parade
children.
committee
What a
members'
wonderful
nieces.
thing.
Yes, yes.
Here's
What a wonderful
Pleasant Ridge
addition.
Baptist Church. They have
Pleasant
several
Ridge with their beautiful
trees.
float here, their nativity.
They seem to be singing on the way through, too. I see a minion.
Yes, this appears to be a Minions and possibly a Grinch-inspired float coming up.
It's J Docs.
It is J Docs.
LLC.
That's a very festive-looking truck they've got pulling them. Good-looking boat. And here behind them, our good friends at the Habitat Restore. Al, I know that many weekends you swing through the Habitat Restore.
Oh, the
just to see what
Habitat
they have.
Restore is there's Katie herself, the manager of the store. Our Habitat Restore is a wonderful addition to downtown La Follette. I can say that I have myself purchased many things from them, not just for myself, but for other like the LMS Play. I've purchased things from them to use in it. Stop by, make sure you see them because they have many good things to purchase.
And the funds from that store goes to Habitat for Humanity.
Correct. Yeah, everything from there, as far as I know, goes to help build Habitat homes, I think.
Now, approaching us right now, of course, is Long Hollow Baptist Church, who was actually the #1 winner and the reason for the season contest, so we want to congratulate them for that. They've done a wonderful job on their float and their presentation.
Wow, talk about an incredible float there.
Yeah, that's wonderful artistry. The tomb, the nativity.
I was watching them set up in the parking lot, and a lot went into just setting up.
A lot went into this.
today.
You've got the entire, from birth to crucifixion to
Ascension.
risen to ascending. It's a great float. Great group of people there.
And what you don't see many of, here comes a Volkswagen Bug limo.
Yeah, here's our
Truly Nolan Pest Control.
Our friends at Truly Nolan, the Winter Company, does a great job operating Truly Nolan Pest Control. They are really excited to unveil this limo this year. I
That is
know.
amazing.
They're going to be bringing it around to a lot of community events, and it is just a wonderful contribution here to our community.
Hey, Al, I bet you know this
It
next
lifts.
bunch.
That's impressive. It's on hydraulics. Not only is it a bug limo, it's on hydraulics.
I said, Al, I think you know this next bunch pretty well.
Here comes Holston Gases coming through town here. In the middle of leading the pack there is Damon Evans and family. Looks like. Holston Gases is your #1 supplier of propane in the county. So give them a phone call if you're looking for any type of heating needs.
If you're watching right now, the parade committee is on screen waving at some of these folks. Here comes another group of classic cars. This is not part of the cruisers, but just another classic car engine.
This is some of the Kitts family. This year they wound up, of course, lining up instead of with the LA Cruisers group. They actually went up to the La Follette Elementary School parking area and they lined up there. So they did it a little bit differently this year, but I think they've enjoyed it.
And Big Bird is trailing behind
Yeah,
them.
it looks like Big Bird has made his way down the hill.
And
That may be Pal Clinch in the red pickup
That-
truck.
coming up, we have the Campbell County Middle School fishing team.
Ah.
Al, I bet you know some of these kids.
I do. The Campbell County Middle School fishing team, they've done a great job.
Now, some of these are Jacksboro kids, some are La Follette.
Correct.
They all do a really fine job. They often place first, second, and third in the events they're in.
While fishing's pretty new to our community as far as from a high school or middle school perspective, it's already produced a lot of collegiate athletes, which is impressive.
The Brandon Card Classic took place this morning. He is a Campbell County fisherman that fished at the University of Kentucky and now does it professionally.
This is third place, Central Baptist Church, with the Reason for the Season Award.
Good looking church float here.
Another beautifully decorated float from birth to ascension of Jesus Christ.
Here's the Ellison Sanitary Supply Truck. Long time business in our community. And behind them, we have Samsels. Good looking tree on that float.
Yeah, very nicely decorated truck for the Samsels.
Behind them, we have some folks that are my neighbors and run a great business in the community, American Lock and Key. I know they've done business with Brandon in the shop before. So
you don't realize how bad you need a locksmith until you need a locksmith.
Right.
It's great to have one down the road.
Or up the hill in my case.
True.
Next up, we've got a wrecker service coming. I can't read the side.
Maynard's.
This is Maynard's.
Yeah, Merry Christmas from Maynard's, the sign reads.
Maynard's always has some just absolutely great entries in their parade. They're always very generous, giving candy and such out to the kids during it. And it looks like they got about 4 trucks in it. And the thing is, they've got your standard wrecker, you got your rollback. Again, Brandon can probably tell us more about wreckers than I do, working in the auto industry.
And it looks like Maynard's is throwing a couple of toys out as well, as far as candy.
And
here's Chewy.
That is quite the tall Chewbacca this year.
There's a great Chewbacca walking through town.
I kind of want to sing the song, but I'm not going to.
We'd prefer for you not to, Patrick. And it seems like Chewbacca is a crowd favorite.
Straight from the planet Kashyyyk in a galaxy far, far away. And here's our good friends at Pal Clinch. They keep us warm in the winter. They keep us in grilling gas in the summer. And
beautifully decorated trucks here for the Pal Clinch entry here.
Got a very great snowman theme going on.
The wonderful snowman theme.
Here's Sweat's Wrecker Service behind Pal Clinch. They're very generously throwing out candy to the crowd.
Yeah, Sweats is very generous with their candy, which is a nice thing to see.
We've got a little bit of a gap here before the rest of the parade gets to us, so real quick, I got a text from Santa, and he was giving us just a little bit of information on some stuff that's coming up. For those of you who love our local Santa Claus, on, of course, December the 20th, the Fox Network has returned and has actually interviewed them again, him and Mrs. Claus, and at 8 p.m. on December 20th, they are going to be probably one of the prime individuals interviewed on that national broadcast, and we're really looking forward to that. So far, Santa Claus has traveled 13,000 miles, 157 events, 526 hours of chair visits, 77 professional visits, 31 home visits, 77 photography shoots, and 15 charity events since apparently September. So we know Santa's tired, and we really appreciate him coming to our parade.
Alrighty, coming through right now.
The Auto Body Shop.
That is
JDB's Auto Body Shop coming through on a nice little green tractor.
And who we got here in this beautiful
Sunshine Cab.
Beautifully decorated F-150 coming through town from Sunshine Cab.
And in a community like ours that don't have a lot of Uber and all that, cab services are so valuable.
It really is.
Here's Lowe's Towing. Behind them we have another candy cane decorated ATV.
we got a new voice on. I'm Daniel Collins, joining the rest of the crew. We've got Operation Christmas Child coming through now. This is I go to Mount Perrin. This has been a big deal for all the local churches. It's so what they do is they get shoe boxes at the churches, local businesses, wherever. They go and fill them, and they take them to kids that are in less fortunate communities, and that way those kids get to have a great Christmas. It's a great program.
I see a lot on social media about that, and it's nice for them to get some recognition here in the parade.
Yeah, it is. It's that's a really big deal for those kids that aren't as fortunate as some. They get to get a basket full or a shoebox full of stuff.
But Daniel, we may lose Patrick. Here comes, I think, the Girl Scouts, and there seems to be a large Girl Scout cookie coming down.
Oh,
so
if
Pat,
you have cookies, you're going to lose me and Pat.
I do like Girl Scout
Just
cookies.
be you all.
It just may be me and Brandon running the cameras. I'm shocked they've not been attacked.
Are they throwing out?
If they're throwing cookies,
If they're throwing cookies, me and Pat.
they may not make it past us if they're throwing
we end this
cookies. Can we end the broadcast right now?
Now, the Girl
Are those
Scouts,
Thin Mints? Are those Samoas?
the Girl Scouts are a tremendous organization.
It's a wonderful organization. They are more than just their cookies. They do a lot of work. They're a great organization. Glad to have them in the parade.
This particular one, this seems to be Troop
20166.
Yes, it is.
and just scouting in general, Pat, is just such a great program from Boy Scouts to Girl Scouts. It really helps shape a lot of what people do in their youth and continue out their lives.
And the Explorer branch.
Yeah, great.
Coming through here now.
Maybe
It's going to be Melvin.
Former Commissioner Melvin Boshers never fails to come through the parade. Always a great member of the community, very, very generous, very gregarious. And behind him is Shakira, a standout ball player for the Lady Owls basketball team. But here she's in a different role. She's Miss USA pageantry team, Miss Tennessee. Al, I assume you have her.
correct. Other than just Miss Junior Tennessee, Shakira is an outstanding basketball player. She, if you catch the LMS Owls playing any basketball, Shakira is always on the starting line. She's a great ball player.
Here come our Jacksboro Middle School cheerleaders.
JMS cheerleaders coming through town.
And with their head coach, Audra Parks Wilson, she would have been in this parade as a child riding that float. Now she's the coach.
Or she would have been in the classic cars.
That's true.
Yeah,
talk
knowing
about
the
full
Parks
circle.
Family, knowing the Parks family, they all end up in a vehicle or something.
That just again talks
There's the
about
Mondays in their yellow Bronco.
it is for us as a community.
Here's our Campbell County FFA, another organization that does great work with agriculture education and such. Big Eric Reynolds driving the truck, leading the way. I imagine Nathaniel Morton's hiding in there somewhere.
The FFA is a great program. I know several people myself who, because of the FFA program after high school, go on to college and get a degree in agriculture or ag business. It's a great organization at CCHS.
Behind them we have Clayton Homes. Al, you once worked for Clayton Homes, did you?
I did. Not very long ago, I used to work for Clayton Homes. They built a wonderful product. If you are lucky enough to live in a Clayton Home house, it's a wonderful thing, and they've got two wonderful entries here in the parade.
Behind them is Big Rock Tavern. Now, Big Rock does some great community outreach. They do a school supply drive. My friend Jennifer and her crew, they do a lot for the community.
It looks like we have Shoney's maybe coming on down.
Sing the jingle, Pat.
No one wants that.
There is an elf dancing down the street. Shoney's of Careville. Of course, if you want a great breakfast bar, Shoney's is always there to take care of you.
And their free hot fudge cake is back. I enjoyed that the other night.
Yeah, it was free hot fudge cake day. There's Shoney Bear.
There is a Shoney Bear walking down.
And they're a great member of the community down in Careville.
And just always give great service.
They really do.
Pat and I go there quite a bit for breakfast on Sunday mornings, and always have wonderful service there. Clean place, great food.
Who we got behind them, guys? Can we tell yet?
There is no sign on the truck, but it is a beautiful Silverado pulling the Nativity coming by.
All right, not sure who they are, but nice presentation, good music. I wonder if they're part of the Heavens View Missionary Church.
Correct.
Because this one is labeled, they're really close together. So we appreciate Heavens View for all they do and for being in the parade. I think we have La Follette Elementary behind them. That is the cheer and basketball squad from La Follette Elementary. Which, of course, La Follette Elementary is also where we staged the parade from.
Correct.
That is indeed. That's Eddie Bruce driving there. That's cheerleaders and basketball players. They're throwing candy at us.
Then behind La Follette Elementary, looks like we have
the Wynn
Bulldogs.
Our good friend John McCullough, who used to fix us some fabulous steak back when they owned Creekside.
Oh, that was the best steak in town.
Now John and Tommy are coaching basketball at Wynn. So kudos to them.
Good to see those kids out.
Here comes Bill Rutherford and Company with the Campbell County Environmental Service. They have greatly upgraded their facilities recently.
Wonderful, and they've got a beautiful display on the back of their truck with the Christmas tree theme.
That's another thing, kind of an unsung hero in this community, because if we didn't have them, it would be a lot more difficult for us to process our solid waste and recycle.
And Pat, maybe it's just because all of the entries have been so great, but is it larger this year? Because it certainly feels larger.
I've done this parade for a number of years as a parade committee member. This is a pretty large parade.
Yeah, we've seen several entries, and we've also mentioned several new entries. At least 3 to 4 new entries that have never been in the parade before.
I can remember. I don't think we're anywhere near the end yet, is the thing.
No, I don't think we are.
I don't know, though.
I see
some blue lights on top of the hill. So that's probably the Santa float in the very far distance.
Entirely possible. I will say that seeing the limo and the premier bus were 2 of my highlights so far to the parade of newcomers.
You might want to mention the sponsors again if we have a second.
All right. While this does come through, we're going to talk about the sponsors. Terry's Pharmacy. We would not be doing this parade without our premier sponsor.
Yes, and we do appreciate Rissa at Terry's. She is the headline sponsor and has made so much of this possible with the costuming and all the other activities that go on around the parade, such as your Holly Bowl that'll be kicking off next week. So we're really excited about that. You can always stay tuned to the endorsed Campbell County, Tennessee Christmas Parade Facebook page or the Volunteer Times, of course, to find out more information about the Holly Bowl and its kicking off. But again, a shout out to her. People's Bank of the South, one of our gold sponsors, Charlie's Pizza, the Volunteer Times, and the silver sponsors are. We'll pick up with those in just a moment, but we're going to start with Dixie Concrete, Linda Kilgore State Farm, Lindsay's Carpet and Paint, Crossmith Funeral Home, Imagine Dance Studio, Woodson's Cash Stores, Big O's, First Volunteer Bank, Powell Clinch, Hearthside Bank, Dixie Roofing, Watchwell Credit Union, Maynard Record Service, Rice Oil Company, La Follette Electric Department, Woodman of the World, The Liquor Barn, La Follette Housing Authority, let it go, Sweats Record Service, Burge Screen Printing, and Community Trust Bank. Other donors will come along right about now.
And we just had Smokey pass us atop a bulldozer. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
And that Smokey Bear is part of the Tennessee Department of Agriculture's Forest Fire Division. Again, we don't necessarily always notice those because sometimes the further we live away from the mountains, the less we notice these fires. But this firefighting division is so important to our community.
And coming up behind the Cash Express pickup are a fan favorite of the horses. Cash Express has a very lively pickup truck donated. And then here come the horses.
And the winner was Liberty, owned by Margaret Gleason.
These are just some magnificent looking creatures. I love horses. I've never really ridden one because I love them and I don't want to sit on their backs. But they are just some absolutely beautiful creatures. I would own one myself, but look at that Tennessee Walker right there.
Yeah, absolute beautiful creatures coming right through the center of downtown La Follette.
Here's my good friends of the Campbell County High School dance team. I've called their name many times already this year at football and basketball. And Ashley does such a great job with them, along with Kim and Bethany and everyone, because I believe they may have some of the middle schoolers with them too, or just Imagine Dance Studios in general.
Right.
So, and I want to wish, speaking of these ladies, I want to wish Miss Ashley Tierney a very happy birthday.
And it looks
here's
like
Santa.
Here comes
Imagine Dance Studio
the
had
big
a
man
wonderful
himself.
time putting this together. We are just so grateful that they did this. And as a matter of fact, Santa sent me another text and said he's going to get off that float and he's going to come down here and say a few words with us. Yeah, so we'll kind of wait a few minutes here and give him a little bit of time to get down, but we're excited to hear from Santa Claus.
Of course, everybody here, myself, Kelly Jo, we've got Josh, Daniel, Brandon, Al. We got John and Dina taking pictures. This has been very much a team effort today from the Times, and I want to thank everybody involved with it. And let's look how happy these kids are right here.
Oh, to see Santa coming through the parade, you just see the children's faces light up. And I will say this is a beautifully decorated float. Masterfully decorated Christmas trees on the front, filled with happy, glowing faces of children as they throw candy to the crowd. We have Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, wonderful music playing. It's just an amazing, amazing float.
Let's just soak this in for a minute, folks. Santa's just getting down up there.
Santa is having a good time on top of the float, but why not? It's Christmas. It's a time to be happy and jolly, to spread some love and cheer in the world.
Well, fans, what a parade it has been. I'm going to turn over to Kelly Jo, because if anybody deserves to close this broadcast, it is Kelly Jo.
Thank you, Patrick, and I want to give a quick shout out to Brandon Johnson, to Alan Miller, of course to Pat, to Daniel Collins, to Josh Griffin, to Dina, of course over here, Dina Miller, and all the Christmas Parade Committee, Nancy Green, Holly, Claiborne, Pam Webb, and so many more. We're just very, very excited about the opportunity to bring this to you again this year. Thank you for everyone that's volunteered and had anything to do with anything this year. We appreciate it, and we look forward to another great parade next year. Thank you, and God bless.